Alright, WrestleMania Night 2 is finally over. Let's get into it, shall we? So, we got an 88 AT&T Stadium attendance of 78,453, which is a real 70k crowd than the one that we are seeing in the Philippines, such as, well, you know who I'm referring to, this one. Yeah, compared to this pink bullshit right here that claims to be 70,000, this is a real 70,000 crowd. And yeah, no cap right there. What is intriguing is that it is the same arena used for WrestleMania 32, and they barely scrape. And WrestleMania 32 had 100,000 people. So I don't know why there are few less people. Maybe health protocols, but COVID is particularly non-existent anymore. And yeah, I don't know what gives, but there's something. Maybe WWE is jumped the shark. I don't know, but that's to be left for a discussion. Maybe they don't like 2-day WrestleManias. Maybe, yeah. Night 2 kick off with Triple H leaving his boots to the ring. I was expecting a 15-minute promo by Triple H as usual, but this is a short promo by Triple H. He just thank the fans and welcome us to WrestleMania. Thank you, Triple H. First match of the night was a WWE Raw Tag Team Championship triple threat match between the Street Profits, the Alpha Academy, and RK Bro. I actually thought of Alpha Academy winning the championship here, but I guess RK Bro retained the title, and RK Bro and Riddle hit an RKO out of nowhere. Pretty nice. I think the story here is in the conclusion of the match, or rather after RK Bro won, and they tried to have a toast with the Street Profits, but then Chad Gable interfered with the toast, prompting Gable Stevenson, who was also joining the WrestleMania toast ceremony, to attack Chad Gable. So we may be expecting a Gable versus Gable feud for the custody of Gable ladder match in the near future. God, they're pushing Gable so hard. Next match on the card is Bobby Lashley versus the Black Great Golly Osmos. So, Almost did a lot of figure here. He bear hugged Lashley. He gorilla pressed Lashley. But Lashley did some agile stuff, because in a battle of two heavyweights, one has to be the more agile of the other. He did a launch himself. He did launch himself, and the most impressive move, Lashley hit a spear on the back of Omos. That's not the last spear at the back of someone in this night, and pinned Omos after a second spear to win the match. So Omos is now defeated in singles competition. I hope this is the end of the Black Khali. The next match is the Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn match, and I think this is the craziest match in WrestleMania history. And I'm gonna go out loud now and say this stops out the hardcore triple threat match from WrestleMania X7. This is also one of the better celebrity matches, better comedy matches in WrestleMania history. WWE went all out batshit insane in this collaboration with the Jackass crew, and one could imagine if Umanga was the guy to take all of these stunts. Because remember, Umanga was supposed to face a younger or more prime Jackass crew in 2007, till the Jackass crew back out of the deal because of Chris Benoit's death. So now we got the Jackass crew running it back after 15 years. They're against Sami Zayn, and this went a lot of batshit crazy. Some guy went all naked Midian on Sami Zayn. There's a table full of mouse traps. Although I don't know how effective that is, considering some of the traps got triggered by the time Sami Zayn is setting up the table. There's also what I thought for 1 second, the return of Hornswoggle, but it was Wee Man, and he did slam Sami Zayn like how Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. Yeah, Wee Man, better than Hulk Hogan. Best moments. In the end, Sami Zayn got pinned by Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville won by trapping Sami Zayn in a giant mouse trap. There's also a debut of the slap thing by the Black Hand, utilized by the Jackass crew. Very, very nice. People may get divisive over this match, but it was a lot of entertaining, and it goes to show wrestling isn't just high school gymnastics flips. You need to embrace some of the more entertaining side of wrestling. And this match entertained the hell out of me. Entertained the crowd. There are some elitists, quote unquote elitists, especially Dave Meltzer, that will say this is a terrible match. I was goddamn sure entertained by it. This is one of the best moments of the night. Yeah. Alright, we saw Sasha Banks and Naomi win this WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship against Natalya and Shayna Baszler, the champions Queen Zelina and Carmella, and the tandem of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I know Liv Morgan was supposed to dress up as Catwoman, but Rhea Ripley, what the fuck was she wearing? To be honest, I took a little nap break during this match because I expected it to be more of a finisher spam. You know, that part where the ladies just go in to the ring, spam their finishers until one gets the pin. You know how it goes. I really don't look forward to this match. I could have wished we could have gotten Naomi versus Sonya Deville in WrestleMania, and Bayley, Sasha Banks running it back, teaming up, winning the tag titles. But no, we got Naomi and Sasha, makeshift tag team, winning the women's tag team championships. Okay, so next match is Edge versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles got bled before the match even started. He took a page out of Goldberg. Edge became the Edgertaker with his Ministry of Darkness entrance, sitting on a throne on his pyramid of omnipotence. One thing to note is I expected this to be more of a work rate match with counters and holds, but it was more story driven. That's why I never got into this match. I was expecting very, very high, but it was a good performance nonetheless. I think more of the story is Styles attempting to use the Styles Clash on Edge, but Edge keeps on blocking it, and yeah, Edge won after doing a diving spear of a flying AJ Styles, who is trying to do the phenomenal forearm. But before that, Damian Priest came out, presumably from the crowd, and had a wild stare at AJ Styles to distract him, and doing the same sequence that I've stated. So this is the faction that has been reported: Edge, Priest, maybe someone who's are going to join them, maybe Ciampa, but it's Edge and Priest for this time. The House of Edge, maybe, I don't know. And what is the best thing to note here is that Edge is feuding with Styles, and Damian had a thing with Finn Balor. So we may get Edge and Damian versus the two Bullet Clubbers in the future, maybe at WrestleMania Backlash. And yeah, I think that's a match that I'm willing to see anytime soon. Yeah, I'm willing to see that. Alright, before we go to the Pat McAfee Austin Theory match, we got Taker embracing the crowd once again for the benefit of the live crowd who didn't attend night 1 and attended night 2. Very nice send-off. What is more to say about Pat McAfee and Austin Theory is that this is an impressive outing by Pat McAfee. Kudos also to Austin Theory for taking the bumps, being a good, displaying good work ethic on selling for Pat McAfee. In the end, Pat McAfee beat Austin Theory, but the night isn't over for Pat McAfee just yet because suddenly Vince McMahon had his first match after how many years? How many years since the last Vince McMahon match? Since forever. I think his last match was with CM Punk in 2013. Okay, 9 years, and we got a Vince McMahon match in 2022. Pat McAfee taunted Vince. Vince ripped up the coat. He showed the black vest. We all know it's gonna be serious when Vince showed his black vest, and Vince squashes Pat McAfee. So yeah, Pat McAfee's WrestleMania record is 1-1 already. He lost and won WrestleMania 38 Night 2. A good spot here is that Vince punted a football to McAfee's groin and then pinning him. And then Vince and Austin Theory celebrated. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin appeared. And we all know where this is headed. And Austin stuns Austin. And Austin stuns Vince in the worst sell possible. And Vince McMahon outdid his wife Linda in outselling the Stunner in the worst way possible. Yeah, it's like Stone Cold kicked Vince in the groin, tries to face lock him, Vince suddenly bounce up, and then Stone Cold just pulls Vince into the face lock and performed the ugliest stun cell ever. That's definitely the ugliest one I've ever seen. It was a botch highlight, and it's the botch for the sake of entertainment. I like it. We get to see Austin match in 2022, Vince McMahon match in 2022. Wow. Okay. Some feuds may never die. Okay, so for 1 minute and 23 seconds, the League of Nations, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch, who is playing the role of Scrappy-Doo, beat the New Day. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, they got the time for this match. They got this match for time constraints. Night 1, and what? They got the match time for this match in night 2. I don't know. No one cares anymore. Nice tribute to Big E though, but it's still a loss. And finally, our main event: Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, or the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. Did it live to the hype? I'm afraid no. It is a constant finisher spam. I mean, there's a spear to the barricade, German suplexes, belly-to-belly suplexes, Superman punches, a spear to the back like earlier, a Kimura lock. I think that the Kimura lock is the only unique move done. Roman breaks spear, the Kimura lock. Brock attempts the F5 and Roman reverses the F5 into a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman is your universal WWE champion. The thing to note here is Vince McMahon spoiled the ending to the match because he said Austin Theory is a future Universal Champion. So why would he say future Universal Champion if the WWE Champion is gonna win the title? You get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, Roman Reigns is now the undisputed World Champion in WWE. Who's gonna challenge him? Is it Cody? Is it the Edger Taker? Or is it like what? Veer Mahan coming to Raw tomorrow night? Oh yeah, Veer is coming. So we just have to find out. Is Roman gonna be part of 2 shows? How does this even work? We saw the graphic of a half WWE, half Universal Championship belt. But will that be a new belt? Will there be a new belt? Or will Roman just carry 2 belts? Roman 2 belts? Or how does this work? Does Roman have to defend it at the 2 at the same time, or can he defend it 1 at a time? Yes, we will have to find out on the next episode of Monday Night Raw.